What's up, everybody, and welcome to Hate to Pylon's Pylon Wrestling Federation. This is our wrestling coverage here at Hate to Pylon. I started off with making Jonathan a wrestling fan, and now he's full-fledged in the damn thing. And I am super excited for this weekend because we have AEW's All Out pay-per-view, which is kind of one of the pay-per-views that kind of started it all. Well, with All In originally, but now All Out. But Labor Day weekend, some great wrestling action. Are you excited for this, Jonathan?
I'm definitely excited. There's a lot of good matches. We still got Rampage coming up here later tonight, so we'll see if there's any surprise teases or little wrinkles thrown in before All Out on Sunday. But I'm expecting a very good pay-per-view.
Me too. I think, what the kids say, AEW don't miss. I mean, they, with their big pay-per-views, they do pretty well. And they bring like a full card of like action. It's kind of, I think something I've heard used a lot is like a buffet of wrestling, so it's kind of like, you get a little bit of this, you get a little bit of that, and you can really kind of just indulge yourself and get really full off of the cool wrestling that you have going on. We're going to do some predictions of the matches, and then we're going to do some bold prediction of what we want to happen at the end of the show tonight. So we're going to start off with the first match, which is on the kickoff show, or the buy-in, excuse me. It is the HFO with Matt Hardy and Private Party and the Blade versus the Best Friends, Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy. Who do you think wins this first buy-in match to start it off? Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta. Seems like
Yeah,
they're trying to build Yuta up to be more of a. Is he officially signed?
I don't think he's officially signed, but he's
I
been
feel
working
like
with them.
he has been working with them a lot. I feel like they're trying to build him up to where they can sign him, and he's already like somewhat of a known commodity. So I feel like a win on a pay per view, even if it's the buy-in show, uh, definitely will help towards that end.
Oh
Plus,
yeah, no
Orange
doubt.
Cassidy. Everybody loves Orange Cassidy.
This is true. Actually, I mean, Orange Cassidy was. It's kind of funny because like Orange Cassidy was kind of one of those like polarizing figures on AEW because like people just didn't get it. They didn't understand. I they just didn't understand his character would affect it. Like literally, he's a guy who like he doesn't care. So he's like an opposite of like everything that you used to seeing like a wrestler do. But he's awesome. He's been great for AEW, and yeah, I think a babyface victory should be the case for this matchup, especially because it kind of got thrown together because of the Pac versus Andrade match. Also, about that Andrade and Pac match, I mean, Andrade on Twitter has been kind of saying he's been kind of teasing Andrade versus question mark at All Out. So does Andrade still get a pay per view match? Are they going to try to sneeze, like squeeze something in there? They didn't announce anything on Dynamite, but he's been kind of trying to tease it on social media. Do you want to see Andrade still wrestle on the main card, or do you just think he should just kind of wait, hold it off for Pac once he gets back?
I think he should still get a match in because it's been a while since we've seen him wrestle in AEW. I think it was the last match he wrestled was that against Kenny Omega and Triple Mania.
Yeah, that might have been his last match he wrestled. In actual AEW ring might have been like the first show when they came back on the road back in like July. I don't think he's only wrestled I think
Yeah, but
once
it's been a long
actually.
time since he's wrestled. Period.
Yeah, it's been a couple
Triple
weeks. Yeah,
Mania match he's wrestled. So I definitely think he should get a match in. I don't know who the opponent would be though. So that maybe that'll be my bold prediction. Is I'll take a stab at predicting who it's going to be.
I like it. I like it. For the record, I think I also I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like this is actually I think you know what? Okay. I think either I'm debating. I'm debating on because like I can see Trent returning. I don't know if he is healthy enough to return, but that would be a cool moment. Either they lose. I can see like I can see them winning and then like the HFO just kind of beating down, you know, them again, but then Trent actually comes back to make the save. I can see that happening, which will be a lot of fun. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going with that. I'm going straight with that. I'm going with that. Best friends. I think best friends and Orange Cassidy win, and then return of Trent. Hopefully, I would love to see Trent come back. I'm not even sure if he's remotely close to coming back because I know he had the spinal fusion surgery with because he has scoliosis. He got that discovered, so I have no idea what that time frame looks like to return back to wrestling. But hopefully, he makes a return. So, um,
Definitely pretty electric.
he is. I mean, Trent was on a great run. Him and Chuck Taylor. Now I feel it just kind of feels a little weird now without the best friends, but they've been still pretty good. All right, let's go on to the next matchup of the card. Let's see here. Let's go straight in to the 21 woman casino battle royale. That's not on the buy anymore. That's actually on the main card, which features, as of right now, actually 20 competitors with the mystery competitor still to be named. Nyla Rose versus Thunder Rosa, the Bunny, Big Swole, Julia Hart, Tay Conti, Ty Conti, Diamante, Penelope Ford, Red Velvet, Hikaru Shida, Emi Sakura, Jade Cargill, Kira Hogan, Abaddon, Layla Hirsch, Kylan King, Rebel, Jamie Hayter, Anna Jay, and Riho, and then the Joker. So that, which is awesome. First and foremost, the first time that AEW did do the women's battle royale, they didn't have enough women to be able to fill it just from their roster alone. So the fact that they actually have made strides to have 20 women on roster and able to perform is great. So I guess it could be a two-part question. Who do you
One.
see being the Joker? And then who do
Right.
you see winning it?
Um, I don't know. There's nobody. There's no women's wrestler on the roster who's not already in, right?
Let's see. I got the roster pulled up.
So it would have to be somebody not on the roster as the Joker.
That's very true. Let's see. Scrolling. Okay. Um, there's two. Two. Was Leva Bates on this? Did I say Leva Bates?
No, I
I
don't
did.
see Leva Bates listed.
So technically, there's four. There's four women that on this roster on their page that could be the Joker. Technically speaking, you
What are
got
the
Yuka
names?
Sakazaki, which I don't know if she's even in America. That could be cool. Serena Deeb, who's been gone for a while. Leva Bates, and this is highly unlikely and probably will get a lot of boos, but Brandy Rhodes. She just had a baby, so that's highly unlikely. But those are all the women that's on the women's roster currently. Um, so it could be though one of those four, which I think Serena Deeb would be cool because I mean she is like a top wrestler that kind of been forgotten about a little bit. Um, but I don't know. I don't think is she the big shock factor. Like I feel like you want to go someone else. I feel like someone outside of the company, especially with like the NWA partnership. With some of the women that just went over to NWA Empower would be really cool. Also, I mean Impact. I mean we haven't seen any women come through the Forbidden Door. So is this finally the time? Could we see like a Chelsea Green, a Deanna Purrazzo, maybe Camille? That would be cool. Um, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of different options. There's a lot of different options you can go.
Okay. You ready for my This might be my bold prediction, but here's my
Oh,
prediction. You
okay.
ready?
Bring it.
The Joker will be AJ Lee.
Oh, that would be very interesting, actually. But I don't think that's likely because
It's
of
really
CM Punk
unlikely.
just
He first of all, like it would take some China debuting in Chicago, but it might add to it. Him debuting with his wife.
that would be.
Although I don't know if she's really trying to return to wrestling.
She's not. CM Punk just debunked the rumors like a week ago or this week during the media calls because her neck. She just doesn't want to re-injure her neck. But that also could be a swerve. Maybe just
There you
knock
go.
like
We
they
see
can
through
just
you,
cut him
CM
down.
Punk.
Say it again.
So we see through you, CM Punk. We see through the lies.
Exactly. I look in your eyes. You know what I see? A bunch of lies. I look in your eyes and I saw the lies. That would be pretty cool though. Actually, like I would love like AJ Lee returning in Chicago would be just electric. I like that. I do like that prediction. Okay, so you have AJ returning. Who do you have winning?
Let's see. Is there a timetable for when they get their match?
Um, it's normally it's normally gets set up like within like 3 weeks or so. Like I mean, like after the pay per view or whatever.
Okay. Well, I don't think it'll be Jade then. I think that's still too soon for Jade. Hmm. Let's see. Who else is in here?
There's a lot of interesting ways you can go.
There is. Let's see. Well, first off, spoiler, I'm going with Britt to retain against Chris Statlander. So I'm assuming whoever wins is going to be facing Britt. So I'm trying to think of storyline wise who would be the best to face Britt. Hmm.
There's a couple. How about this? I'll do my. You want me to go first, and then it gives you some time to think about it a little bit more.
No, I got mine. It's Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter.
Mm, already. I mean, that's interesting because she hasn't done the DMD yet with Britt Baker, and maybe she chose someone who can't protect her. But I don't know if it's ready for that to happen. Unless she just like no matchup, and then that kind of sets something else, you know, up in flames or whatever. But that's interesting, Jamie Hayter. Okay, okay, I like it. I like it. So for me, I think I am gonna have to go with. Let's see. Actually, I'm trying to think. Who would I like to see? I mean, I gotta go Ruby Soho, man. I want to see it. She is from Illinois. She will get a big pop. She's not from Chicago, but she's from like something with the R, Illinois, somewhere close to Chicago. So people will love her. I think that would be great. But she could win. She could win it, which will kind of gives a fresh face. And it's like, oh, what is this? And it gets some good matches between Jamie Hayter and whatnot. But I think also she could show up tonight. I do. One of my bold predictions is that she shows up tonight on Rampage to help Chris Statlander. But I don't know if she was going to be a baby face. That's the thing with some of her promos. I can see Anna Jay winning because of the fact that she was a woman that they wanted to push strongly before she got hurt, in that tournament in February. And they were talking about like there was going to be big plans for Anna Jay this year, and a way for her to be able to bypass the rankings and for her to get that title shot is to win this battle royale, which I think will be a good way of doing it. And then it kind of brings that storyline with her and Ty, and then the Bunny and Penelope start getting more storylines intertwined, and then kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You start to get some stuff branching off from this battle royale because this battle royale is literally going. It's like the perfect thing to set up like 10 storylines from this, and to get this women's division just roaring from here.
Yeah, if Anna Jay does win, that could set up a potential Anna Jay versus Ty Conti feud. Because Ty Conti's been what, like a top 3 ranked
She has been.
number 1, number 2 contender for like months. So if Anna Jay comes back, wins, and gets a title shot immediately,
That could cause some
that could
tensions.
friction between the two. And then I don't know if it
I,
would pay off immediately, especially if Anna Jay didn't win,
right.
but I could definitely see that causing some problems between the two of them down the road. So that
But
would be an
okay,
interesting story.
I don't. Okay, before I say which one is my official winner. There is also, because I got 3 people I think who could win it. The third person, and because I checked the rankings from last week, or from Wednesday, excuse me. Hold on. I just had it up and it's gone. Here it is. So, as of on September 1st, the rankings goes as follows. First ranked Chris Statlander, second Thunder Rosa, third Hikaru Shida, fourth Tay Conti, and you know who's fifth ranked in the rankings? Jade Cargill.
I still think it's too early for Jade, though.
I think it is, but that could be a really interesting. Okay, so she could get the title opportunity, right? This is one thing I could see happening. She get the title opportunity, but Thunder Rosa screws her out of it because Thunder Rosa jumped her during Dynamite this past week, and then that kind of gets them a feud between those two, and then the winner of that feud goes on to Britt Baker for the title. But then the only problem with that is that you will have to give Jade Cargill 2 losses. And do you want to give her 2 losses? That's the big question. But like I think it could be fun. I don't like. There's been rumors that Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker are supposed to reunite their feud at the beginning of next year, so that could kind of play out. But
See,
all in all,
Jade is specifically why I asked what the timeline is on the match. Because if it waited till like the next pay-per-view, if they held off that long, then I could easily see Jade winning. But if it's within the next month, I think it's too early for Jade.
Yeah, I don't see Britt losing, which I think we'll just talk about the Britt match next because we kind of already are. But I think Anna Jay wins. I think that's what I'm going with to win it. Anna Jay with Ruby Soho. But like, I think there's going to be so many storylines with the Joshi wrestlers now that they're back, especially Emi Sakura and Hikaru Shida. Maybe do they form a faction, a Joshi faction? That would be pretty cool to see. I mean, Hikaru Shida hasn't gotten a rematch for that title. I mean, I can see that being another stepping stone for Britt Baker down the road to keep her title, picture strong and keep her keep building up her reign. Her reign has been doing great so far. But we want to see a couple more defenses. But I think I'm going to Anna Jay. I like the surprise of Anna Jay coming back. I don't know anyone else. Oh, okay. Okay, it's not a bold prediction technically for All Out, but how about this? The Iconics. I forget what their name was going to be. Iconics debut tonight on Rampage with Chris Statlander. Because then that will even the odds. Because that'd be 3 for 3. Right? Huh?
They're both free agents, right?
They're both free agents. And they're both, officially free agents. They're not under any non-competes anymore. I think their non-competes ended on the 31st, just like Buddy Murphy did, who could also walk up anytime. But I think he's going to go to Impact Wrestling for the time being. But I would love that. That would be really great to have a debut. Because like Rampage has just done crazy stuff every episode. So how much crazier would that be? I'm all here for it. But then, have Ruby's debut at the pay-per-view. And then this women's division is so exciting. Bunch of fresh faces, trending towards tag team titles with more women that you have in there. We're looking good. We are looking good. So my official participant winning is Anna Jay with Ruby Soho coming back. But the Iconics bonus come back Rampage tonight. And I don't have to wait too long to find out. So, which is awesome.
We might have to rush through the rest of this before.
But okay, so all right, and then yours was AJ Lee coming back, and you have who was your winner?
Who did I say? What's her name? I'm blanking.
Did you say
Yeah,
Jade? No, you said Jamie
Jamie
Hayter.
Hayter.
That's right. Okay. Cool. All right, so I guess we can go into the women's world championship match. Chris Statlander versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Um, I think it should be a really good match, but it's way too soon for Britt Baker to lose, and I'm going Britt Baker 1,000%.
Correct. Um, yeah, it's Brit, and I don't think I need to spend too much time talking about it. She's the biggest star in the women's division. They can't take the belt off her yet.
Not
Way
this
too
year,
soon.
honestly. All right, next matchup. This is going to be a good one. This one is tough. This matchup right here is super tough. For the AEW TNT Championship, Miro versus Eddie Kingston. Who do you have winning this matchup?
Hmm. How long has Miro had the title?
He's had the title before Double or Nothing. Like right before Double or Nothing, like 2 weeks before. So like
So it's like
May.
3
He's had the
months,
title since May.
4 months.
About 4 months, or roughly almost 4 months.
I'm gonna go with Miro still.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see him lose, but I don't think Eddie Kingston's that guy. You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
I don't I don't know. Like I would love for this to happen in like I don't know. I don't know. Like I think it's too soon for Miro to win because he's just doing great work right now. God's favorite champion, redeemer. He's crushing people. Then they found a weakness in his game was the DDT from all guys, from all people that found his weakness. Fuego del Sol found his weakness with the tornado DDT. And, you know, Eddie Kingston in his promo pointed out the fact that his neck is going to be his biggest weakness. So, with that being said, I do think Miro wins, but it sets up someone who can do like massive damage to him and pick up a victory. I think Eddie Kingston with his chops really damages his neck, and then for his next opponent, he might not get the upper hand to win. And so we'll see who that could be. Who would you want to take off the title off of Miro?
Let's see.
Because like I wouldn't mind Eddie Kingston, but not right now.
I wouldn't mind Orange Cassidy, but it won't happen. I would like to see Orange Cassidy as TNT champion. That would be pretty electric.
That would actually be a pretty good pick. I like that actually.
But I don't think I see that happening. That seems very unlikely. He's tied up in like the whole best friend storylines. Let's Everybody I can think of is tied up in other storylines and stuff like that.
I mean, it could be a
Another
little bit
one,
further down the road.
Andrade, maybe.
What about John Moxley? He's not really in any feuds, really. He's calling out New Japan.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna be like his focus for a while. Is New
True.
Japan and trying to get the IWGP title back.
I think. Actually, let me look at the roster. I think Jungle Boy wins the TNT title off of Miro in like the end of the year.
Oh, I would hate that. Jungle Boy stinks.
Biggest Jungle Boy hater that I
Correct.
know.
He's boneless Griff Garrison.
Oh my gosh, Griff stinks. Griff
Just
doesn't
wake
have
up.
much of an arsenal. All he has is the big splash.
That's all he needs.
Not when he get into them deep waters in a championship match.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Keep talking it. Keep speaking it. Yes, it does.
But I would hate it.
Okay, okay. All right. I just looked at everybody in the roster, and there's one, two.
Ooh, Brian Cage, maybe?
Oh, Brian Cage will be interesting once he's done with his Team Taz thing,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe Powerhouse Hobbs.
Could be.
Hobbs
I don't see
did
Hobbs
beat
hitting a.
Cage. What's
I don't
up?
see Hobbs hitting a tornado DDT on him though.
Oh no, he would just beat his
I don't think
ass.
Hobbs can put in his arsenal.
I mean, it's kind of power. It's a big hoss fight. You know what I mean?
It is. I think
Two
Cage can do
men
both.
slapping meat. Oh yeah,
I think Cage can do both.
Cage could do both. Yeah.
That's why I could see it being Cage.
All right, I think it could be. Here's contenders for me. You got. Fuck, I just lost it. I'm scrolling. Okay, Jungle Boy.
Yuck.
Um, Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
Sammy Guevara.
Ooh.
I think those are the three most likely names that could take the title off of Miro.
I didn't even think of Sammy. Sammy makes a lot of sense.
But like, oh my god, I just figured it out. I just figured it out. Okay. I think I just figured it out. Okay. This is what happens. Miro loses the title to Sammy Guevara in New York. September 22nd, right? There was a report announced that AEW is going to be setting and going back to New York for another event in December 8th, in Long Island, New York. You know who's from Long Island, New York?
One Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Maxwell Jacob Friedman. MJF beats Sammy Guevara in Long Island for the TNT title. And that's definitely assuming, because what is my prediction for later? But that would be electric. That's pretty good spaced out too, because that gives Miro another couple more weeks as champion, and then that gives Sammy 2 months, a solid 2 months of just really a month and some change of like some electric matches on Dynamite. Because it makes sense. Like, I think MJF would just go crazy. Like, why is this guy getting this opportunity? I'm way better than him, man. You know it. Oh, I love it. Story's writing itself. But you went for Miro as well.
Yeah. Miro
All right.
retains.
Next match, which I think something big happens in this slot, but we'll see. John Moxley versus Sato Ishii Kamoi. Sati. I'm sorry, I just butchered that so bad. Uh, but who do you think wins this matchup?
Let's see. Toshi Kojima.
Satoshi Kojima. There you go.
Um, Gotta be Moxley. Like, there's no way he's gonna start a feud with New Japan and lose the first match he
Agreed.
has.
Very easy matchup to call.
So I'm going Moxley, but I'm with you. I I do think something happens. Somebody appears. I don't know if they just confront Moxley or they attack him or what, but I definitely think somebody makes an appearance during this match or directly after it.
Yeah, I think so. That would be great. I mean, this will be a really fun matchup. It'll be really brutal and tough, especially with how Moxley's been performing as of late. But this will be a good matchup. Moving on, Paul White versus QT Marshall. Who do you got?
I got QT.
Really?
Yeah. He's got a
I
whole
feel that.
squad.
He do. And that's the thing too. Like he's literally training people. Like he can really. I feel like he. I think something that could work really cool for QT is the fact that he just keeps bringing more and more people, whether there's terrible bodies or whatever, but just put more bodies in front of him to protect himself as he becomes stronger to get his way up there. I think they need QT to be better, or at least to push better to make him more of a legit thing versus being a hawk, like a just like a jobber. But I heard this. I forget. I think it was Wrestle Juice that I was watching this or something. There was this idea. Someone put this idea out there for this matchup, and I kind of hated it, but it made a lot of sense, right? So, oh god, you're gonna hate this. So all right. So with the angle with the Gun Club turning on Paul White, and they especially him attacking that hip of his, they said that this could put Paul White out of the match, but then have a replacement for him. And you know who that replacement they pitched for him to be? For who it to be?
Ooh.
Braun Strowman.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. You thought you had a giant, and you slayed a giant, but then all of a sudden another giant appears. There's been some forces inside of AEW that wants him to be there. I don't know how well he fits in that culture, but yes, I agree. I don't want it to happen, but it kind of makes a lot of sense. I could see a debut here as well. Like this is also a spot that something else could happen. You know, it makes sense like a former like WWE guy to help Paul White. You know, after he maybe
Like
can't. You know,
the world's strongest man, maybe.
I did think about that. That would be pretty interesting.
I don't. I don't want to see them both back in the ring though. Like, let them stick to their out of ring responsibility.
Commentary, yeah. Well, they've been doing great work behind the scenes, helping like AEW build a community department and like really getting community outreach, which I think it's just slowly building like the I won't say the engagement, but like also just awareness of the company, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. I was gonna say Paul White as well, But now with like the Gun Club turning heel, like I don't. The only thing I'm confused about is the Gun Club with the Factory or they're by themselves, and that's a big thing because like at the end of it, like QT was shook, and then like he kind of like got out the way, when they were like walking back. So are they doing it before by themselves to finally get recognized, get away from, another big faction like the Nightmare Family? Got to see.
That's true.
So I think, all in all, I think I'm going to go with Paul White though. I think Paul White gets the victory. But this will be an interesting segment. I think this segment will be more fun than expected. But also,
nothing with QT Marshall is fun. He stinks. He's a waste of TV time.
a lot of people have that same statement, but I'm fine with him. Anthony Ogogo possibly could make a return here as well. We talked about this a little bit before, but that'd be interesting. But I don't know now because of with that. Unless like Paul comes with somebody and then they win because of that somebody that Paul brings, and then Anthony Ogogo comes back to kind of even it, get like that last laugh and to continue the feud later on, which I don't know if anyone would want that, but
no, we sure don't.
All right. On to possibly what could be the match of the night now. Steel Cage AEW Tag Team Championship match between the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks. This match right here will steal the show. They stole the show at the first All Out that they wrestled at in that death match. Not death match. Stairway to Heaven ladder match.
Yeah, I got the Lucha Bros. I think it's time.
It's time! I so agree. I'm a huge Lucha Bros fan. I would love for them to win. But
don't you do it.
I don't know because I want Proud and Powerful to win the titles in New York. I want somebody to win in that Arthur Ashe Stadium. I want a big championship victory in Arthur Ashe. Like, I need it so bad.
Well, they could beat the Lucha Bros and then have the Lucha Bros go to trios after that. If that division happens.
But that's the thing, though. Like, is Pac going to be their third with all his issues that he's been having? Like, I feel so bad for Pac, man. Like, well, I've been hearing that the travel issues might not be exactly travel issues. The fact that he was able to announce travel issues like 4 days before the show, and people think it's COVID related. But I mean, that also could give you issues with your travel if you have COVID.
That's
but
the thing. Who said Pac was going to be their third for trios?
That's a good point. That is a good point. I don't know. I think the Lucha Brothers definitely. Everyone thought the Lucha Brothers was going to be the first tag team champions. I think. I don't know. I'm torn. My heart tells me to say the Lucha Bros, but something's telling me to say the Young Bucks. I have to make a decision. I got to follow my heart, with Drake dropping Certified Lover Boy. You know what? I'm going to follow my heart today. I'm going with the Young. I'm going with the Lucha Brothers. We're going Lucha Brothers. Zero Miedo.
Yes, sir.
But this match will be phenomenal in the steel cage. That steel cage looks amazing.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be phenomenal.
All right, next matchup. Chris Jericho versus MJF. If Chris Jericho loses, he will be back. He will not be able to wrestle again in AEW. This is torn. I'm really torn on this because of a couple different ways you can go, and I think that just has like that just says a lot of how well this story has been. I don't know. I don't know which way I'm leaning, to be quite honest with you. Like, it's a coin flip for me. But actually, I do know which way I'm going. I'm going with Chris Jericho winning. I think he's not done, and with a lot of decisions that happen, I don't think Chris Jericho loses. But I could be very wrong. But I think Chris Jericho wins this match.
I think it's MJF, and I think Jericho's done everything in ring talent for AEW.
It makes sense. I mean, his contract technically is up, and he's about to go on tour with Fozzy. So that does make sense, but I don't know. Like, unless he's about to sign like a new contract that's like exclusively not a active competitor, because he signed a 3-year deal with AEW, but I don't think it's up until like next year. Like, this is the third year, but like, I don't know how much like rollover it has into next year. But that's also something I've been thinking about. But I think Chris Jericho wins, and he at least gets that one victory on MJF. But then it's like, if he does get that one victory, how much further do they go? Do they keep going? I don't know if necessarily want this feud to keep going. After
Exactly. This
the
has been going for like a year.
yeah,
When did the Pinnacle debut? It was like last January.
oh, good question. It was before. No, it was like maybe like May or April.
March. So
March.
it's been a solid 6 months.
Yeah.
So I think
I mean, this
MJF
feud is
wins.
not going to be over. There's still more parts of this feud that's still going on with like, I
Oh,
think
yeah,
Ward.
Sammy's gonna beat him and get revenge, and that's Sammy's arc.
Yeah.
He gets revenge for MJF beating him in the main event of a couple weeks ago, and he gets revenge for MJF retiring Jericho. And then that gives him the springboard into face Miro, beats Miro for the TNT title. Boom, Sammy's TNT champion.
I like that. I like that. I'm okay with that. But I still think Chris Jericho beats MJF.
It's okay to be wrong.
Alrighty. Let's move on to the next matchup. We have two more. CM Punk versus Darby Allin. A lot of people online have been going back and forth whether or not should CM Punk and Darby Allin go on last. What do you think? Do you think it should go on last, or do you think? Because I think they're going to be going right before the championship match. Which like, there's people who are really traditional that think that the championship match should always go on last, except for like special occasions, like the Stadium Stampede or something like that.
Um, I would say the championship should be last if it was somebody who could actually win the championship and not. So I'm fine with that match going before CM Punk. And yes, I'm aware Christian Cage already beat Kenny Omega, but different promotion. He's not beating Kenny Omega twice. Let's face it.
Well, let's figure out. So, okay, so then who do you have for Darby Allin versus CM Punk.
It's gotta be Punk. Like you can't have Punk come back for the first time in 7 years and lose.
Yeah, but it's
Especially with Darby doing the whole you said I'm the first person you wanted to face. I should have been the last. I think Punk is gonna beat Darby. He's gonna go undefeated for a while, and then he's gonna come back to Darby after a while. I don't know how long it's gonna be, 6 months, a year, and then Darby's gonna beat him. But Punk's
yeah.
gotta win it.
I kind of like at first I wanted Darby to win, right? But that just would be insane in Chicago. But I think this match does go on last because of the fact they do have something planned for it at the end of this match. And a nice little tidbit that I saw on the internet today was CM Punk said, if I can only face one more wrestler in my life, if I can only have one more match, it will be against Bryan Danielson. So, with that being said, CM Punk wins a hard hitting match. He's like, you know what? He starts to do. Maybe he gets on the mic again. It's like, hey, I think I still got it. But then, like one of his oldest nemesis, Bryan Danielson and ROH, having them rekindle their old feud. Oh my gosh, that would be money. I'd
I
be 1,000%.
definitely see that happening.
Inject it into my veins, please.
Correct. Like bleach to
Um,
kill the COVID.
I think that'd be fun. There's supposed to be some few surprises. I hope there's at least three: a New Japan surprise, a like a return, and a debut. I don't know who else could return. To be honest with you, I think I know who could possibly win the TNT title, and it would shock a lot of people. But we'll talk about that. Let's finish this. Let's do the last match, and then we'll talk about our some bold predictions.
All right.
Final match: AEW World Championship match. Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. Christian Cage is the Impact World Champion currently right now. He beat Kenny Omega at Rampage on the debut on August 20th. Um, I'm going Kenneth Omega here. I think it's pretty. I would say it's pretty obvious, but I think it's the safe bet. Also, I could see Kenny Omega losing in New York because he's had a pretty good run. He's almost approaching a year. I think he's officially. I think at All Out he will officially be the longest reigning AEW World Champion. So against who is a good question, but I think that would be pretty cool if say I feel like he's going to start to try to like because you started teasing it. It's like, all right, there's no one left for me to beat here, so maybe go on a little excursion of going against other people outside of the promotion.
I can see that. Some more New Japan stuff.
Yeah, maybe Nick Aldis, who just lost the NWA World's Championship, Heavyweight Championship, and he's been reigning for like over 1,000 days. So it had an insane run. That was kind of like a lot of people kind of don't really count it because of the fact that he just didn't defend it and like NWA wasn't running. So it's just kind of like he just had the title for so long. But yeah, I think Kenny Omega wins the championship match.
Same. Christian Cage is not that guy.
I think they've put together a good story for what's being the not the story that everyone was expecting. Like I think if Hangman and Kenny Omega's match, like I think people would be way more invested in this I think they've done a good job ever since we got the swerve from Hangman Adam Page to kind of building a decent story with these guys. But I mean, everybody wanted that Hangman and Kenny match at All Out. Like I think that I mean, but I guess it's how much could you have? Like kind of like delaying certain stuff. Like do you need to have it all at one point? Because the fact that they were planning on CM Punk return, so like CM Punk match, and then like what I mean, like stuff could possibly get us like outdo each other unintentionally. So, but yeah, I think Kenny Omega wins for sure.
Same.
But to start off some bold predictions, I do think that an invasion happens tonight. I think somehow
Tonight on Rampage?
not on Rampage, but on. Well, I guess it depends. See, that's the thing too. It also depends who goes on last, too. Because if the championship match do go on last, the elite does the elite things, help win. Like I see God, Gorillas of Destiny, coming out to confront Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers because they confronted the Good Brothers at New Japan's Resurgence in Los Angeles. Then comes along Jay White, who's been on Impact Wrestling, and maybe Kenta, the Bullet Club, and I need the Bullet Club versus the Elite. That's going to happen, but I just don't know when, and I need it. Unless they are saving the invasion for New York. Because they have to do something huge for that Grand Slam show. Like, they have to stack it. I mean, it's going to be 17,000 plus people in that stadium. And it's probably going to be more once they announce the card. Well, maybe. Who knows? Because New York has the mandate, the vaccination requirement now for any facilities indoors. So you might not see the full 17,000. But I think you only have to have at least the one shot to go. So, guys, get your vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, any bold predictions that you have?
Let's see. No, my bold prediction would have been the Bryan Danielson premieres at All Out, but we already said that.
What about the pack? You were talking about the Andrade. Who could be the opponent for Andrade?
Oh yeah.
If you
who was I think? I forgot now. That was like 40 minutes ago. Sheesh. Let's see. It depends on if Andrade does get a match, if it's on the pre-show or the main pay-per-view. If it's on like the main pay-per-view and not the pre-show, I can see the Forbidden Door being kicked down.
Oh, okay.
And maybe him versus Rush.
Rush he will be out for a while. I think he just had emergency knee surgery.
Okay.
Like last
So
week.
not him then.
Not him. Maybe Bandito, ROH World Champion.
Hold up, let me look up this name. I think you said this guy was in the U.S. right now.
Oh,
from New Japan.
Okay.
Is Will Ospreay in the U.S.?
Dang, dude. Will Ospreay got the COVID.
No.
Bro, yeah. Well, but I can't remember if it was reported last week or not, but it is pushing it. I think he might be back in England, but he's not going back to Japan, though. But oh my god, I want Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay versus John Moxley.
That could happen too. Maybe that's how we get the person versus John Moxley. Like he comes out to challenge John Moxley. Andrade takes him up on it instead. We got Andrade versus Will Ospreay.
That'd be
We're
great.
shooting out all my bold predictions. They're clearly too bold.
They are. It's just a lot of crap is happening in the world, man. But that would be great though if Ospreay come back. Like, oh my god, oh, like because that's the thing too is like I think something that we haven't seen like the Forbidden Door in its full glory. Like when we first heard about the Forbidden Door open, it's like yo, come on through. But it's like we're kind of getting like these like people leaking in here and there. But like, when are we gonna get this fucking? When are the doors just gonna be blown the fuck off? Obviously, COVID is still a strong thing, especially in Japan. Is going rampant right now. I can see a video package debuting, and then you can get a tease. You know that could possibly do the job. Maybe like, ooh, maybe Will Ospreay challenges John Moxley at the Grand Slam show in New York.
That would be dope.
That would be great because yeah, once this show's up, then we're about 3 weeks out from that show, which is time to start building matches towards the Grand Slam. 1, 2, yep. Ooh, excuse me.
Bless you.
So it is time. Let's see.
Ooh,
Okay.
one more. A bold prediction that this person may appear in some capacity at All Out. Bray Wyatt.
Ooh. Wait. Okay. Let me. When did he get released?
It's been a month, I'm pretty sure.
With a lot of, unless he got something different, a lot of the WWE. Continue. Just go ahead. I'm not gonna. Just continue.
Let's see. I'm trying to see when he was released.
July 31st.
So, yeah, it's only been a month.
Unless he negotiated a shorter non compete.
I thought I saw he only had a 30 days somewhere.
That was Alistair Malachi Black. He could negotiate a shorter non compete, which he'll be up right now. So I don't know. If he does have a normal 90-day, then he will be looking at October, end of October, Halloween actually.
Yeah. Halloween would be the first night he could premiere on a
That would be
90,
really fun.
which, yeah. I don't know what name he would use or what gimmick he would use. I would assume WWE probably has the rights to The Fiend.
Yeah, it'll be Rotundo. That's his actual last name, which he has a wrestler dad. I like that though. I think Bray Wyatt is coming to AEW, which I'm not like I don't hate at all. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. So for my prediction for Miro, the person who's going to beat Miro for the title. You're not going to like this. I don't think no one's going to like this, but I just thought of it that could possibly work, but I don't know if it will work. Kip Sabian beating Miro for the TNT title because of the fact like he's been away for a really long time, and he's. I mean, the whole best friend thing. He injured him. He was holding him back, but then like Kip Sabian has a like he comes back saying, "Look, I'm not the reason. I'm not the thing that holding you back. You're the only thing that's holding you back." But then it's like, but now I'm taking this champion that's supposed to make you the redeemer. You're supposed to be my best man. You know, like that could be a storyline right there. I don't, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think he would care about him being the best man anymore. I think he would be more angry about him injuring him, and it would be
Because
like
he
a,
was
you
his
blamed
best
me.
man.
He was, but like I don't
Was,
think that would be the feud. I think it would be you blamed me for your first loss, so I'm gonna give you a real loss, a singles loss,
his yeah
and beat you
yeah.
for the title.
I will actually like that. I like that. And I
I
mean,
would hate
I don't. You
stinks.
said what?
So I would hate that. Kip Sabian stinks.
Dude, I feel like Kip Sabian's a guy that they wanted to push because he is a UK star. He was in the first ever match against Sammy Guevara. He had the first ever win in AEW. He just kind of got. I mean, it kind of got tough. I mean, like with he was with Jimmy Havoc as a tag team, and that kind of got deflated because of Jimmy Havoc's issues that he was having. And so then I kind of pushed him in another bad spot. Then he had the wedding thing, which was kind of like giving TV time, but people kind of hated it a little bit. Then, now Penelope is just, now she's with the bunny and doing her own thing. So like they could do like a thing where like he's just like disgruntled. His wife is not even like doesn't want anything to do with him. And like he's just like he doesn't have a best man. Like he could do something with that possibly when he comes back. It's been a while. It's been a good
Baron
while.
Corbin when he comes back is what you're saying?
He said he do what?
He's going to be Baron Corbin when he comes back.
Hey, happy Corbin, man! This man went to Las Vegas, won big, and now he's happy. Happy Corbin. Maybe he could. That would be interesting. I don't think I have any more bold predictions. Um, I just want an invasion, man. I want an invasion some sort of way. That has to happen for me at All Out. So, yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
got.
Do you think Jay White comes over to AEW at some point, or do you think somebody else comes over from the Bullet Club?
Jay White has to come over because the history with him and Kenny Omega. Jay White beat Kenny Omega. And I don't think Kenny Omega beat Jay White in New Japan. And he became the new leader of the Bullet Club. So there's a lot of history. There's an easy story there. Easy story there. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for All Out.
Me too.
But yeah, man, that's all we got for this Pylon Wrestling Federation. Our AEW All Out predictions. Will they come true? Will we get what we want? We shall see on Sunday night. But until then, my friends. Until then. Do you have any more words before we get out of here, Jonathan? Anything you want to say?
Nope.
Perfect.
I'm all out of words.
And I'm all out of time for tonight. We'll catch you guys at AEW's All Out Sunday night. But go make sure you watch AEW's Rampage, which is about to come on in 8 minutes if you're watching right now, or a Friday night at 10 o'clock on TNT. We'll catch you guys later. Have a great night. Peace out.
See you.